What is your strongest held opinion? If she cheats with you, she will cheat on you. My brother had a GF who one day brought over her best friend to meet him. When GF was out of the room, best friend told him she was a better cook, a better cleaner, and a better fuck, and that he should go out with her, not the GF. So he did. Dumped his GF and started dating this girl. When he told me, I immediately told him to dump her or he'll be sorry. He didn't, and he was. How could anyone not understand that someone willing to do that to her best friend was a cunt? Your brother sounds kind of like an asshole here too. Just because you disagree with / dislike someone doesn't mean they deserve to be treated poorly. My mom has a similar saying, you can dislike things, don't be a dick about the things you don't like. https://u2.b/0la5tvni. Question everything. Never stop asking why are things the way they are. Why? Listen here, you little shit. Being educated does not mean you're intelligent. If I learned anything in college, it was this. I have 2 college degrees and I met plenty of stupid people while I was there, including some professors. Not everyone was stupid obviously, but it was definitely more than a few. I've also met plenty of people who have never set foot inside of a university that was significantly smarter than me. The owl is no wiser than any other bird, but he specializes in the night. The red-tailed rides the thermals better than any hummingbird who beat wind. Meanwhile the carrion birds gather about that which no other will eat. We are specialists and we are generalists, and we are all subject to our nature. The swallow may fly south with the sun, or the house martin or the plover may seek warmer climes in winter, yet these are not strangers to our land. You can't control how you feel, but you can control how you act. And if you can't control how you act, you remove yourself from the situation, go to bed, and try again tomorrow. And that, right there, is my 2-part, patent pending method for living with bipolar disorder. Walking away is so underrated. A lot of people are too prideful and think that constantly tackling your issues head on is the best way to overcome issues, but there are times when you got to take a break and come back at a later time. Opinions should not be strongly held in the presence of fact. More so, opinions should not be strongly held in the absence of fact. People should stop blaming all their farts on the dog. Nice try, dog. It can happen here. Doesn't matter much what it is, or how long ago it happened last. People are still people, we just have fancier toys now. It can happen again, and it can happen here. Plan accordingly. And it can be anything from a natural disaster to a terrorist attack / mass shooting to the rise of a brutal authoritarian regime. It's all happened before and it can all happen again. This is why I think studying history is so important. You learn what happened, how people reacted, and how well it worked out for them. Try to put yourself in the other person's shoes, understand their circumstance, then judge. Add on, if someone is doing something that literally does not affect you or anyone else, leave them the fuck alone. What if I just wanna push someone over? What if they don't have shoes? Buy them shoes first, then take those shoes away and wear them. Sexual assault charges, including molestation, sodomy, and child sex charges, as well as human trafficking and child porn, should carry heavier sentences than drug charges. It's BS that people who have actually changed their lives and haven't been around the drug lifestyle for years can't even get a decent job because of a record and the societal view of it due to the government money machine war on drugs. It should be a no-brainer that a dad raping their kid should carry heavier sentences than some kid doing weed. But they don't, which is fucking stupid. Edit. To clarify, my example is an extreme one, though not by much, sadly. Libraries are absolutely vital public services, and politicians who attempt to bleed them dry through slow cuts to funding are depriving their communities of a fundamental good. The number of people who are reliant on libraries for just internet access is really amazing. I almost always see most of the computers full. My strongest held opinion is that we do not value humility enough. All of us, each and every one, are flawed and ignorant and speak beyond what we should because of our own biases on a regular basis. Too often we argue things or double down on things we are not properly informed about or have our judgment compromised by our own biases on, and it only hurts all of us. Trash doesn't belong on the ground, find a fucking trash can. I don't get how people can do that, just put it somewhere until you find a trash can. What I don't understand is people not putting the cart back into the little corral at the grocery store. You just fucking hauled it through the damn store for a half hour, how hard is it to move it 10 more feet into a corral? That this toothpaste should not be recommended, those other 9 dentists can go suck it. Found the 10th dentist. 10th dentist could be a funny phrase for saying you disagree with most of the people you would normally agree with. During late 2018 and early 2019 there was a huge undercover Reddit marketing campaign by bidet manufacturers to sell more bidets. This ended when a comment once joked about how there had to be some sort of bidet conspiracy theory, because they were seeing so many posts praising them. Think back, I guarantee that you've noticed how many comments like "I love my bidet and it changed my life. And I could never go back." You've seen here on Reddit a while back. You couldn't throw a rock in a thread without calling in the bidet praise squad. But, since that one joke about it being a conspiracy, they all just vanished overnight. My guess? Big bidet flew too close to the sun and got spooked, and without that sweet cash flow, Redditors didn't have any more incentive to talk about bidets, which is why you don't see any more comments about it. There is no war in Ba Sing Se, big bidet. I'm still seeing those. If you got shit on your arm, would you just wipe it off with paper? Posts. I think Big Bidet is still out there, quietly testing the waters so to speak, and waiting for the right time to flood all the comments. Greater than I think Big Bidet is still out there, quietly testing the waters. I think your bidet is doing it wrong. My bidet sprays the waters. Have I mentioned how I love my bidet, and it makes my ass sparkly clean, and how this is entirely not a paid advertisement? Sorting by controversial will turn this post into a /r/unpopular opinion thread. Isn't unpopular opinions mostly people posting about popular opinions that they pretend aren't popular? Pretty much. People don't upvote posts they disagree with. People don't always change. Life's meaning is made, not found. Life is essentially meaningless. The meaning of life is to live a meaningful life. The meaning of life is to give life meaning. I love that whole damn album. If you only get your information from one source, you aren't informed. And getting it from multiple sources can still mean you aren't informed. It's the quality of the sources, not the quantity. Exactly. But looking for different perspectives on a story from all kinds of sources should be one of the most important steps in finding the truth, or getting closer to it, in today's journalism sphere. MLM companies should be banned. Basically, it should be illegal to require employees to invest or pay into their employment by owing the company money before they begin working. If it's required to do your job, the company pays for it and they make an investment in you, right? I've seen a few people get sucked in by these schemes and lose a lot, if not everything. It pisses me off. Sidewalk is for regular walking, not fancy walking. What about silly walking? That's far too complicated to go into here. They've got an entire ministry for that. Sometimes the bad guy has a point, even if he's still the bad guy. That's what makes the best villains. The best villains shouldn't have evil logic, just evil methods. The school system is broken. As an American, this is correct. The vocal minority do the most damage. Han shot first. I love how ambiguous the original scene was. It was up to the audience to determine if this guy was a good guy or not the first time you meet him. In the beginning of the story, Han was a scoundrel, a thief, and a smuggler. He shoots Greedo without warning. In the end, he's a hero and a leader of men. It showed the wonderful evolution of the character. The special editions undid all that. George Lucas is a genius, and I hope he burns in hell. Ha ha ha. Turn signals matter. Or as my people say, use your fucking blinker. Upvote from a fellow masshole that uses the fucking blinker. Songs with sirens in them shouldn't be played on the damn radio. The whole don't do unto others what you don't want done unto you thing. Isn't this the golden rule? I was taught the golden rule is do unto others what you would have them do unto you, which is actually slightly different. Everyone's an idiot, some more than others. I declare myself king of the idiots. And who are you, that I must bow so low? Cereal first, then milk. Except for when you're on bowl number 2. Then you still need more milk after, unless you're pulling the half every time man you ever